Hello, Epic 7 newbies, this is Suspect Amy, and I'm here to do a quick video about a fun win streak challenge I want to attempt. I was just laying on my couch, lazily doing my weekly Waifu Arena runs, and then suddenly shot up and said, "Hey, wait a second, I have not lost this whole week. I also haven't skipped any battles or refreshed the opponent's list. I wonder how long I can keep this up for." That sounded like fun to me, so I started recording my battles. I only have 2 rules. The first rule is easy. I have a waifu-only account, so I can only use waifus. The next rule is that I have to defeat every team on the page, no skipping and refreshing. Unfortunately, it's impossible for you to tell that I haven't refreshed my opponent list as part of my first 10 wins, but I hope you can take my word for it. I actually purposely try to find teams that are hard to beat so I can come up with different strategies. So skipping hard teams is never my bag. I mean, honestly, if I was counting here, I have won more than 10 in a row, but the game only gives me credit for 10 because my previous wins were part of last week's run. I'll just go with what they're counting here as consecutive victories. Let's rock and roll, shall we? Now, the worst thing that can happen is I lose my first match after turning my recording on. That's not great content. So let's pick someone who I know I can beat. Politis with no tank, which means they can't buff stack Bastion of Perlucia. So that means if I outspeed their Politis, then it's pretty much a guaranteed win. The one thing you should note is that you never know who's in what slot based on this screen here. See? Once the battle starts, heroes are moved around. I guess it would be cheating if I knew who could receive Abigail's buff in the back row while I'm picking my team. Whoa, their Politis is very fast. Probably 304 speed or something. So this is my standard triple cleave that I talk about in my other showcase videos. I would say this wins me like 90% of my battles. I figure that my Iceria will land unbuffable and Abigail's passive wouldn't even be a thing. Done. What's next? Okay, same deal. Politis with no tank, so I know she's not Perlucia stacking, so this should be easy peasy as long as I outspeed their Politis again. Tayu is supposed to be a Politis counter because he can push himself and cleanse when she S3s, but with my triple cleave, he doesn't stand a chance. Done. What's next? Okay, so there's a knight here, Karina, with Politis, but I seriously doubt someone would run Bastion of Perlucia on Karina, so I should be in the clear. Again, this all depends on if I can outspeed their Politis. Whoa, crazy. Politis resisted my pushback, but because she was slowed, my Flan was able to pass her. That was a close call. This Karina is super beefy. I hate beefy Karinas. Okay, 13 in a row, boys. Can I get 14 in a row? Now here, I am almost certain they're buff stacking Perlucia on Politis with Tywin, which means I can't really set up a cleave. So I need to run my Jenua bait team. Darn, I was wrong. Tywin has Aureus. That sucks. That means I probably could have cleaved them. Well, maybe not because of their fire Politis, but let's see how this plays out. So their whole team gets to go first, and lucky for me, they triggered my Eula. This means that fire Politis counterattacks here. If Eula didn't trigger her, Maid definitely would have, and fire Politis would have killed someone, or cleansed my resurrection buffs. Okay, can Eula kill Tywin? Let's find out. Nope, not enough. This could be bad news. Lethe is next. One tip on using Lethe. Always S1 first, then in her next turn use her S3 S1 combo. The main reason is that S3 strips and lands some useful debuffs to make sure when she procs, she does maximum damage. If you S3 on her first turn, then it's likely they'll cleanse it off before Lethe procs. Okay, everyone's getting dangerously close to dying here. The best thing about Yulha baiting Jenua is that he hits so hard that Yulha is able to reflect like 9k damage back onto him. It's just awesome. Nice, Champion 3. I know, not impressive, but that's okay. I feel like most of us are lazily hanging around Champion, right? 14 consecutive victories. What's next? I still am not fully aware of what Blood Moon Haste does after his buff. I know he resurrects, he heals, and he's hard to kill. I'm almost certain this Tywin is running the Pelucia buff stack on Politis, so I will play Jenua bait again. This time I'll try to bring ML Bologna so I can try to kill Haste with one shot. I'm still not sure what a good counter for him is yet. Maybe Aiden? What the heck? Who still runs Aureus on this guy? $8k damage. Sheesh, is this what Blood Moon Haste can do? So one issue is that Maid always seems to heal Yulha a bit, which kind of blunts Yulha's big damage. Since Abigail hasn't procced yet, I'll just S1 here to see if I can get Yulha's health a bit lower. Wow, I hate Aureus. Barely did 10k damage there. I think Haste is going to heal up and wreck me, right? This is not looking good. I think my win streak ends at 14. Okay, if Tywin has Aureus, I should be able to kill both Haste and Tywin in this one shot, right? What the heck? Or Aureus doesn't take effect for some reason. Okay guys, Amy's education corner time. I don't understand, why didn't Tywin take some of Haste's damage and die like a good little boy? If someone can kindly explain in the comments, that would be awesome. Okay, come on Jenua, wreck yourself, buddy. I love it. This was a super close battle, now I'm getting pretty nervous. 15 in a row, what do we have here? What the heck? Elena? Tempest Surin? And why is everyone running Zio with Politis and Jenua now? This is hard to decide. Okay, I'm scared, but I'm going to try and cleave this Zio defense here. Come on, win number 16. Wait, okay, you guys know what that means. That means when I continue this tomorrow, everyone's going to have Senya on their defense. It's going to be a rough road. Okay, newbies, patch is done now. Let's continue the win streak. 15 wins in a row, and yeah, like I predicted, there's a defense that already has Senya on it. It's sad to say, I spent $200 on this dumb game and didn't get Senya. Well, I got lucky with Landy, Yafine, and Politis, so my luck was due to run out, right? Okay, who should my next victim be? I think I was trying to cleave this team before I was so rudely interrupted yesterday. So my cleave team is actually built very well against Zio, because he's unable to take out any of my openers, only one of my 2 nukers. However, that's the problem. With only 1 nuker left, it's hard to cleave bulky heroes like Landy. So here's where it gets interesting. If I don't soul burn here, Ida should still get the next turn and be able to use the soul burn to double cleave. That plus defense break may be enough to pull this off. Worked like a charm. That's 16 in a row. Let's go for 20, everyone. Hey, January called and they want their defense back. Am I right? I have an auto team that can usually take care of this comp, but I feel like I can cleave it, especially since Politis nerfs the buildup of 3 of these heroes. It all depends on how many times they counterattack. This is incredibly unfortunate. Yufine resisted strip. That's bad news because she can't be defense broken, and she also has the anti-crit buff, which makes her near impossible to cleave. But that's okay, I get another chance. Iseria can also strip and land defense break. Let's see if she can make that happen on Yufine. That sucks. I actually don't think this is an effect resistance Yufine. I think I'm just getting unlucky. Yes, of course, Landy Salvos. This is already one of those battles where anything that can go wrong goes wrong. More bad news, Lilius passed Ida. This is really bad because now Ida has an attack nerf and now Yufine has vigor, which makes her even harder to kill. Looking back at the video, Lilius was pushed back by both Politis and Flan, but she resisted Politis slow. That plus their Yufine resisting pretty much everything, and cutting my CR was the nail in the coffin for me. Of course, Landy counters and salvos every time I attack. Well, that was a fun run, 16 wins in a row. Now I'm mad at this RNG, let me see how my full auto team would have done against these guys. Let me tap auto and go get a drink of water. Keep an eye on Yufine. If my team is landing any sort of debuffs or strips on her, that basically means she doesn't have high ER, and I was just getting bad RNG. It took a while, but you can see why this defense team isn't really dominating Arena anymore if you can just auto against them. Okay, I know I should be ending this video, but I really want to cleave this Senya Haste team. Is this even possible? I haven't done my research on these two, but curiosity is getting the better of me. Okay, perfect cleave setup, except Senya resisting defense break, but that's okay. Let's see what happens. What the heck is that barrier? Crazy. Usually Jenua instantly dies from Iseria's follow-up damage. Let me check the tape. Did Iseria land unbuffable on him? She sure did. So this setup works through unbuffable. That's a bit scary. No more one-shotting Jenua, I guess. Well, I still have Eda's double cleave. This Senya is an absolute beast. How much HP does she have? 35,000 HP. Holy crap, she hits so hard. I'm a little worried about seeing her all over Arena in the coming weeks. And there you have it. Not 20 wins in a row like I hoped, but I got 18 wins and 1 loss, which I completely blame on bad RNG. Anyways, that's all I have today. If you're interested in seeing the stats of the heroes I used, screenshots are in the description. Thanks for watching my video. Bye everyone.